Hello, everyone. Welcome to Nails and Beauty Talk. I am your host, Asia the Bird. To have a very special guest with us today. She's a nail artist. Please welcome Ales Nail Artistry. Hello, Ales. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Asia.
Hello.
Good to be here.
I'm glad to have you. So I want to go ahead and kick off this interview by asking, where are you from and how'd you get started into nails?
Okay. So I'm from Mexico. I was born in Mexico. So a little bit of my story. In the early 80s, my parents are, my dad is from a place called Guadalajara, Jalisco in Mexico. My mom is from Michoacan. So while I was born over there, it was back forth, two different cities. In the early 80s, before I was born, my father came to the United States. He was a truck, he was, because he's no longer a truck driver, but he was a truck driver. And he came to work here in the United States. And with any Hispanic or, as far as Mexicans or anyone, that's like their main goal as a parent, to bring their kids eventually, legalize here, bring their kids here, for a better future, for a better education, better everything. Mm-hmm. So that's how my whole story started. He came here, and, a couple of years, brought us, we all migrated to the United States. We moved to Wisconsin. So going from super hot Mexico to cold Wisconsin, it was a big difference. It was amazing. I do remember when I first came here, everything was huge. It was like the houses. We felt like we were royalty, literally. So
right.
He made that possible for us. We stayed there for 20 years. They all still there. All of my family is. But I decided, after I met my husband in Wisconsin, that it was best to move to Florida. He at the time was in the Air National Guard, and he decided to transfer here, and I've lived here for 7 years now. So that's how it is. So I'm not from there, you could say, like as far as kids that were brought here when they were so young, or they're, they have parents that are immigrants. We like to say that we're not from there, but we're not from here either, because if I go to Mexico, it's like, I don't remember anything. I was pretty small child. So yeah. And as far as what got me into, the whole nail art and stuff like that, so a very young age, I love to draw. It was my passion. I remember when I was little, I would get awards for having amazing art. Elementary school, I got a scholarship. My art was always featured in the museums, and I lived in a very small city in Wisconsin. It's called Racine. So, I started with that. My parents were like, you know how to draw. Maybe someday you can be something as far as drawing, but things just didn't went as planned. I got out of school early, young age. I had kids and all of that. So after I moved here, I started doing makeup. I wasn't a professional makeup artist, but I started doing makeup. I was getting pretty good following on Instagram with as far as makeup. And, I had 2 other toddlers. So I had 3 boys at the time. And it was pretty difficult to just 2 babies. My husband was deployed doing this and that. And I decided to quit that. It was too much for me to take. And, it was like, do my makeup at nighttime and wash it off within an hour. So I didn't get to see my art with makeup as long. So I started doing nails. Every time I would go to a salon here in Florida, I didn't like what they did.
Right.
I've always been a perfectionist, and I didn't like how they did this, how they did that. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to learn by myself. So I started picking up Polygel. It was the easiest thing to work with. I started getting better and better. And then I started with, okay, well, if I don't have enough time to do makeup and my art doesn't last that long, what about my nails? It's going to be longer on. I get to see it maybe a day or 2 on. So I started with that. And I just started incorporating actual art on my nails, and it went from there. And now I'm doing nail art for I got an opportunity to do nail art for a magazine. I'm an ambassador to pretty big companies, and I never thought it could have been possible, but I'm here now. So it's been pretty crazy, you know.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. Now, who would you consider to be like your favorite nail artist?
I have a couple. So I'm probably gonna say her name wrong. I think it's Kirsty Meekin. I'm sure.
Yeah, Kirsty Meekin.
Oh, I mean, I learned so much from her, and I love watching this method where she would be pinching nails,
Mm-hmm.
and how thin her nails would look, and they were bulky, but they were strong. So she influenced me a lot. Susie from Nail Career Education. I mean, she taught me everything that I needed to know as far as nail drills, builder gel. That's my favorite. And as well as acrylic, but acrylic really isn't working for me. I mean, I like it, but my kids complain too much of the monomer smell, or my husband, which he's highly allergic to it now that we found out. So I got that from Kirsty, or yeah, keep messing up her name. But the builder gels, that is my favorite. That's how I sculpt my nails, and I learned that from Dorota Paliska. I don't know. It's really hard to pronounce her name.
Mm-hmm.
So she is amazing with sculpting. I mean, I learned pinching builder gel. I learned how to properly sculpt my nails with them being very thin, and her art is like to the next level as far as also the crystals and all of that. So those three are like my favorite. Like I learned all my stuff from those three.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, I got exposed to like Kirsty Meekin like in my late teens. When I first seen her work, her work is absolutely immaculate. Like she's like one of the top artists in the world. So it's like, just seeing her like with her nails, like the nail competition she's done, and it's really amazing. Her, and also like Viv Simmons and Catherine Wong, those are also the people that are the top in the world. So
yeah,
their artistry is like sky high.
It's everywhere. I mean, I started with like simple French to what's the next trend? It's so crazy how much it has changed. There's a new trend every month now. Right now it's like the line work and the rainbow colors and all of that. Mm-hmm. So it's a whole world out there that I still need to discover yet.
Yeah, right, exactly. Now, what has been your whole experience having your own nail studio?
So I am not a professional. I didn't want to school for this. If I could, I most likely would, mm-hmm. but I'm not. I haven't worked on anyone because I don't, anything that I have, I only use for myself personally. So I don't want to use stuff on other people. I don't want to get involved in none of that. I know in Florida, we have very strict laws as far as having nail studio in your home and not being licensed. So, the only thing that I have done as far as that, maybe create press-ons for other people, but that's as far as it goes. I don't literally all the stuff that I have is just to do nail art and create content for companies or like magazines. That's about it. Yeah.
That's really cool. Now, what has been your experience? Like, how did these whole opportunities come about with you, collaborating with Model Loans and all these other companies? Like, how did those things happen?
So, I don't know. It literally just started happening. It drastically started happening. So I have done nail art for 2 years now. Mm-hmm. And, it was nothing. It was 2,000 followers. And then all of a sudden, within 6 months, it became to be, I almost have 25,000 right now. Wow. Drastically. I don't know what happened. It literally happened when my mom passed away. And that was in November of 2021. And my art was getting likes. It was getting 300. That's it. 300 likes. I had 2,000 followers, and all of a sudden, I don't know if she did some magic up there where she's at, or something. But within a month after I decided to not quit nails, I started having followers. It was crazy. I didn't promote anything. And then I had companies just reaching out to me. You know, after you get a couple thousand of likes in one post, that's when companies start reaching out to you. Hey, do you want to join our ambassador company and this and that, or opportunities? And I'm like, yes. The biggest one for me was and it was a really hard time because I was going through grieving, and I still am. January of 2022 was Kiara Sky. They reach out to me via email and they're like, hey, would you like to join us? We want to have you. I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, Kiara Sky? Like, wait, I thought I was getting hacked, or I thought maybe it was one of those fake emails. And no, that was the biggest accomplishment. And having to be featured on Nail Pro magazine, I mean, it was like huge. So that's how it started happening, you know. Like as far as Beatles Gel, that's another company. I started just doing art and I would tag them. Mm-hmm. Tagging the companies is how you get noticed, tagging them using their hashtags. They loved my art and they would share it. They would share my nails without me even being, you know, an affiliate or an ambassador. Mm-hmm. And then I reach out one time and I'm like, hey, you shared me, you like me, you follow me. Do you have a program I can join? And they're like, yes, absolutely. They're like, they were happy for me to join. And, you know, it's gone from there. And I don't know what's the next opportunity, you know, we'll see.
Yeah, that's really, really amazing. Now, what attracted you into having a stiletto nail shape versus all the other nail shapes?
So I tried every shape. And it just doesn't work for me. I mean, the C-curve, the long square nails, they're beautiful. They're trending so much, and I wish I could wear them, but they don't look at all. They don't. I think it's because of the way that my fingers, they're a lot smaller than other people. I have like really small hands. And my nail beds are not that wide. They're very, what was the other word? See, I can't remember, but they're smaller. They're not bigger or wider nails. So I feel like if I sculpt stilettos, they'll look nicer. It makes my hands look a lot bigger than they are. So, you know, it makes me look like I'm not a little kid. So I've always had little small hands compare everyone. So I think that's just the shape, you know, I love it. I do like almond nails, which I have on this hand. I don't know if you can see. Mm-hmm. And I always had to keep this hand a lot shorter because I do have toddlers and I don't want to scratch them, you know, when I hold them or something. And it's my cleaning hand too. So yeah, I don't want to break my nails. So that's why I've only stick with stilettos and no other shape looks right in my hand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Now, in terms of nail education, what has been your experience, you know, taking like nail education class, especially on like YouTube, because of course YouTube has a lot of those educational videos. So what is your whole take on just nail education, your perspective?
Any education I've received is from YouTube, literally. From nail career education. That's for like the beginners. You want to learn, you go there. Same as well as the other lady, Kirsty. I've actually had companies reach out to me and see if I would give them one-on-one classes on art. And, you know, I refuse. I'm like, look, I'm not a professional. I'm not going to give you a class. You know, as far as having sanitary stuff and all of that, that's really important. And if I don't know none of that, I'm not going to be teaching it because, like I said, I want to get sued giving the wrong information, you know?
Right.
Right. So I think it's very important if people want to go into the nail industry. I think going to classes is really important. You can practice all you want, but there's also the scary part of, you know, doing something wrong, hurting somebody, somebody getting an infection or something, and then you get sued, and then that would be it. You know, then you can't apply for a license because you would probably have that. So, I mean, I don't know if it is, but that's what I've, you know, been told. So.
Yeah. I was kind of the same way, you know, before I even got my cosmetology license, just learning education on YouTube. And, even after I got my license, I was still learning stuff on YouTube, but also too, I took a nail course that taught me about nail prep. And I was like, oh, wow, this is how you prep the nails, how you make enhancement last longer. And so people don't realize that, of course, it's one thing to have YouTube, but when you take physical nail classes, whether it's like virtual or, in person, it makes a whole lot of a difference.
It does. As far as, like you said, prepping is a huge, huge thing. I've learned to prep my nails. I've had this set on for, I think, 2 months now, zero lifting. So it's very important for you to take classes. I mean, like I said, I've never taken any classes. Maybe, once my kiddos grow up, they're all in school, maybe that will be an option for me. But at the moment, it's not an option. I mean, it's pretty hectic. I have 3 boys, and they're all little, so you can imagine. Except one, I have an older one, but
Okay. Now, in terms of art, like, do you just like draw and paint, or what do you do in terms of art?
In terms of art, I just literally grab a brush and just paint with gel polish.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, that's how brushes. Oh my God, brushes are so important. You need to get yourself a good set of brushes because that's the most important thing. I did not have a good one when I first started, and you could tell a difference on how my line work has completely changed.
Right.
Yeah. I tried acrylic paint on nails before, but it just didn't work for me, I like how fast gel is. You cure it, dry, cure, and then you're done, so that's
yeah, I like gel polish, but also like I'm kind of the opposite. I'm like an acrylic paint person. So I like the paint acrylic because I'm an artist first before I got into cosmetology. Being a licensed cosmetologist, I'm focusing on the nail aspect, so I like to work with like gouache and, acrylic paint. I did like nail sets, like a set of 10 nails, like a nail mural with, paint with acrylic paint. So, that works for me personally. Now, what would you consider to be like your favorite like nail products?
Okay, so I have a few. So, by far my most favorite liner brushes are going to be from Beatles Gels. I've had this set for 2 years, and they are amazing. You get different sizes. It's these. Literally, I use them all the time. Is the brush I use all the time. There's also ones on Amazon that, especially for the very small detail stuff. They're called Beauty Galleria, and they're very budget friendly. I mean, they're so thin you can draw perfectly small little details. As far as gel polish, obviously Beatles gels is very budget friendly. They're very pigmented. Now, I have heard that but a lot of people have complained of having allergic reactions. But one important thing I share with everyone that does use them or is going to start using them, I highly recommend for you not to flood your cuticles. If you get gel polish on your skin or any product, you're eventually going to be getting an allergic reaction in the future. You can. I do have a friend who has allergies to stuff that are not hammer free, and they happen to be not hammer free. Other than that, I love them. It's one of my favorites. Obviously, Kiara Sky. I love those gels. You got Nail Reserve, which was Nail Addict. They are vegan free, cruelty vegan free, cruelty free. And they're, they are so smooth. So these are probably one of my favorite as well. Very pigmented. I mean, they're like one coat. Liner, paint or gels, right? This one. So I don't know how to pronounce her name, but Damani, I believe. And I got this set not too long ago. It has every color you need, literally.
Wow.
Every color. I mean, and then the gold is not gold glitter. It's literally like chrome. And that's what I love about it. They're very pigmented. And what I look in, when I like to use liner gels like these, the brush is so important. And some of the companies, like I have a few of the companies, either the brush is too thin or too thick, or the brush is too sturdy, and it's very hard to create lines. So these, if you're looking to start with a set, I highly recommend those. They have every color. I use them on this set actually. So I don't know. You can see, but there's like a snake and all that stuff going on. So those, and my number one favorite builder gel, Young Nails. Even if you're a beginner, I highly recommend it because it's not too runny and it's not thick. You can easily work with it. It's buildable, and it does not have how do I say it? Like some of the companies, their builder gels heat up your nail beds, and they're very painful. Not this one. No, I haven't had that happen. Their what do you call it? Their primer. They have a specific name for their primer. I forgot, but their primer is amazing. I mean, my nails last for months using that primer. So those are like my favorite brands right there.
That's really, really cool. But yeah, I do agree. Like certain brands, especially the ones you get on Amazon, you put on the gel, like you get them heat spikes on your nail bed.
Heat spikes. Yeah, especially with builder gel. I mean, they are terrible. And with that one, you really don't. I haven't had it, I haven't experienced it at all. So highly recommend them. And their pink covers are the prettiest colors, which I use them all the time. All my nails have them. So highly recommend that one.
Really, really cool. Now, in terms of your nail art style, how could you describe your nail art style? Is it like a variety of different styles, or do you have a specific style that you like to work with?
I think it's all over the place. I mean, literally, I do 3D work as far as the flowers, the roses. I like to do portraits sometimes. I have a few up here. Line work, I do a lot too. It's literally everywhere. I don't know. It could be plain simple. It could be super blinged out, or sometimes they don't have bling on them. It's all over the place.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like that variation that you have with the different styles of nails, and why you have like this stiletto that's so consistent. And the nail shape looks really good on you, especially with different colors. And, I like the snake design that you had. So I think that's really, really amazing.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention. So for the snake, or for the 3D artwork that I do, highly recommend. It is called Saviland 4D or 3D carving gel. That stuff is amazing. I mean, you can carve a whole bunch of stuff with that stuff. It's really fun. Yeah. So that's another product I do recommend.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. Now I want to get back into the business end a little bit. So, of course, we talked about you working with different nail brands. Now, do you charge for content, or you just do it for free for the companies and they send you products? How does that work?
So for some of the big companies, well, as far as Kiara and, stuff like that, they send the product. And all they ask is a post, 2 post, a tutorial. That's it. I get multiple packages a month from them. They just want people to create contact, share what they do with the stuff. I've had a couple of companies that have reached out to for me to promote their stuff, and they will pay me if it's a certain amount, like for example, for a video or just a post. All my stuff is high quality, pictures and videos. So I've had that happen. I've also had other smaller companies that they give you a percentage of, like, if you use their code, my code, then I get paid, but it's like all over the place. Everyone has their own, not a contract, but everyone puts what they want from you. So you get to pick if you want to work with them or if not. Usually I don't really care too much about the companies paying me. I think mostly it's, I want them to repost me. I think that's my major thing. I want them to acknowledge my work. Right. That's what money. Okay, cool. You can pay me. Yes, it's great. But when a company takes their time to repost me, that's worth a lot more to me.
Right. Right. Absolutely. Now I want to get into press-on nails. So what has been your experience like doing like press-on nails?
It's been, I did a couple for my friend. She said she liked them. I've done a couple for family members. I did what's said recently for a girl. I like it, but I'm not really into it too much. I don't know. I like to create like a design on one hand, and that's it. So with press-ons, I would have to create the same design a couple of times, and then I get bored. I'm like, I want to do a different design. So
right. So
it's like,
do you charge like at a reasonable price? Like, was it like, low price? Like, how did you charge like the press-ons?
So for the family members, obviously, it was for my sister, so I didn't charge her. I just wanted her, her opinion. She was my sister. I mean, she's my sister. But as far as other people, they reach out to me on Instagram and they're like, wow, your work is amazing. Can you do this, that? I started at a low rate, not a hundreds, no, in the middle, because they were first customers. I wanted, for them to let me know if they liked it, they didn't like it, it was the first time.
Right.
That's how I went with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I want to get into, in terms of the nail industry from your perspective and influencers' perspective, what is your take of the nail industry, especially where it's going?
I have no idea where it's going. It's changed so much. Obviously there's this whole different side of do it yourself, simple nail work, and then there is this competition. Wow. Right. You got the huge nails, which I wish I could do that, but I think you need to have a license in order to be, part of those challenges or competitions. But I don't know. I mean, it's who knows what's next. With the what is it, kawaii designs, the huge charms and this and that, like you don't even know what's next. So we'll see.
Yeah, that's the thing. We don't know what's next, but we can say like how far the nail industry has came. And it's came a long way, especially with the products and the UV lamps and the nail education. I think it's definitely came a long way. But of course, I think what it could improve on is just, making sure people are taking care of the clients, like how you talked about with allergies and, making sure how you deal with different types of nail beds. And that's very, very important. And, in my standpoint, I'm licensed. So, I think that that's very important to understand those things before, you apply a nail enhancement and things like that.
Yeah, it's super important, which is why I have not tried it on anyone. I'm literally scared. I don't know, the person could be allergic to the product. And, when you get an allergy, it's pretty bad. I've seen it. You can lose your nails too. So I don't mess with any of that, only me. Cause you know what, if I mess up my nails and my nails fall off, it's going to be on me, and that's it. Pretty much. And if I want to try a company that's brand new, it's on Amazon, and, it's going to be my fault if I want to try it or not. So I wouldn't try something like that. So when I've done press-ons, it has been with like products like Kiara or, Nail Reserve, because I know that they're, more professional, and then obviously allergies are prone to be less.
Yeah, when you look at those high quality products such as Kiara Sky, C&D, Lachat, some of these other nail systems, they're more professional and they're more considerate of the clients. And the thing is that, when you look at the products on Amazon, especially I'd be careful from buying off of Amazon, because they may look like a good product, but that don't mean they're the highest quality, to where it doesn't cause any allergies and things of that nature. So, it's also looking at the products that you buy and what you use.
Yeah. Yep. I agree with that. You have to be careful. I mean, yeah, it sounds great having a 24 set of liner gels for like what, $30 that they have them on Amazon. And I mean, I've had it happen where companies, send me emails and I'm like, fine, I'll check out your stuff. Sure. And I open the bottles and I'm like, what does it smell like that? I mean, you just gotta really be careful,
Yeah, exactly. And I like with nails also too, is just the fashion that's been incorporated with the nails, and nails is much of a fashion statement as the fashion garment. I see like nail artists that are collaborating with different fashion designers. They'll know their nail work is out there. There's trends that were from the 90s and 2000s coming back with nails. So is really cool. It's bringing that nostalgic vibe back.
Yeah, it really is. Or like, sometimes what I do is have around feeling I incorporate it with my nails. Or if for example, we have different holidays every month. That there goes my nail design for that week. So
Right.
yeah.
Right, exactly. Now, is there anything that you would like to see within the nail industry, whether it's products or in terms of education? What is something that you would like to see within the world of nails?
I have no idea. I mean, I think I've seen a lot already.
Mm.
You know what I would like to see? I would like to see for people to be able to try, like, as far as me, because obviously I don't have a license, to try companies that are only for licensed techs. But I mean, at the same time, I understand it's not fair because, like yourself, you did went through teaching, you went to school, you paid for your thing. And I understand, it's only fair for you guys to get it. But I would really like to be able to, like, I don't know, get my hands on CND. I know. And there's other companies where, like, you really can't because they're only for professionals. So maybe if it can change the terms, someday. But like I said, it wouldn't be fair for you guys.
Right, exactly. Now, how do you balance being an influencer in daily life?
Well, I'm a mom. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have 3 boys. My youngest is he has high functioning autism, so it gets pretty hectic here. Like a week ago, one of my kids was still in school, and I was also a homeschool teacher here for him. So the only way that I balance it is that if I literally stay up at night and do my nails. That's literally the only way. During the day it's too much going on. I have to keep an eye on them. Have my chores, regular mom stuff. And it will be really impossible to do nails during the day. I need concentration. And when it comes to be at nighttime, they're sleeping. I don't have to worry, like, oh, they're going to get up or they're going to grab this, grab that.
Mm-hmm.
And in order for me to do art, it has to be quiet and peaceful. And that's how I, relieve my stress. So that's how I balance it at nighttime. Sometimes I do my nails in the middle of the night and then wake up and then post them in the morning. So that's literally how I do it. And I had this lady that has her own nail company, and she's a mom. She's like, "How do you do it?" I'm like, I literally stay up at night. It could be 5 a.m. and I will still literally be up. And then having to wake up at 6 to get the other one ready for school. That's, if you really want this, you're going to have to figure out some time and just push it. I mean, obviously I wanted more sleep, but I also want to be part of, this companies. I want to keep getting more followers. Who knows what could become of this? Like I said, maybe in a couple of years, I can decide to have my license and maybe do nails on people. I don't, but yep, that's how it is for me.
All right, cool. Now, how would you define success in your personal perspective?
In my own personal perspective, success for me would be having thousands of followers. Having 2,000 to almost 25,000 in a period of less than 6 months has been a huge goal to me. Every month, about every month, or when I can, if I get 10 more thousand followers or 5 more thousand followers, that's a goal for me. A huge success for me was the fact that I got featured on Nail Pro magazine, which just happened to be a professional magazine. I think, that has been literally my biggest accomplishment. So, who would have thought, someone who is a stay-at-home mom and just a nail artist who really isn't professional would be able to have a featured in such a, high professional magazine like they have.
Yeah, that's really, really amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Last but not least, where can people find you on social media?
They can follow me on Instagram, which is Ales Nail Artistry. TikTok, same Ales Nail Artistry. I did have a YouTube, but I haven't uploaded stuff. But I mean, it's too much. Instagram,
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it's hard. Like you saw me, it took me what 2 days to get back to you, and it's it gets busy.
Yeah,
So
yeah. It's hard to juggle because you have so many of these outlets. Like you have like Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, you got LinkedIn, you got all this other stuff that you got to balance. So like sometimes that's like the same with me. I can't do all that stuff. I need just like Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. There we go.
yeah, I can. I've tried having a Facebook page, and it's still up there, but you can't reach me on there. I'm too busy. And like I said, during the day, it's my boys is doing this with my boys, doing that with my boys. It's at nighttime, and then I sit down every 3 days and just go through my phone. Sometimes now that I have 24,000 followers, notifications are different. So different. I don't get the same notifications anymore. So if someone sends me a DM, sometimes I can't even see it. So it's weird how my Instagram changed. So if I don't respond to someone right away, or if someone comments on it, I don't see it. So they just go by so fast. It's been it has changed a lot for me.
Yeah, right, exactly. Well, thank you so much, Ales, for jumping onto the show. Your nail work is absolutely great. I love the stiletto on you. I love the different design you've created. Congratulations being on to Nail Pro, and how much, how far you've came, especially within social media. Like that growth was like amazing, like from 2,000 to like 25,000. That's really, really amazing. And thank you so much for jumping onto the show. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
You too. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Hello everyone, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to click the bell for notifications. Also follow me on my social media platforms, and visit my website, ASIATHABIRD.com, and be on the lookout for more interviews to come very soon. Take care and stay beautiful.